From all over this great nation. I know you're here from Pennsylvania. Where are the Pennsylvania folks? I know you're here from Virginia. And somebody told me there's even a couple of North Carolinians here. And New Jersey. Steve Wellington, our trooper leader, is right here to my left. And he's never to anyone's left, but today he is, all right? And I hear there's even a couple of South Carolinians from my home state. Thank you for being here. And of course, Maryland. The great Maryland. Our new AFP State Director, Charles Lawler. Charles, where are you? Right here. Thank you, Charles, for what you're doing. Thank you. And New York. Where's the New York? I'm sorry, guys. The New York contingent. I hope I didn't miss any states, but thank you all for coming.
Delaware.
Oh, I'm in trouble now. Delaware. Did someone just say Texas? Well, don't mess with Texas, all right? Glad you're here. Well, California. All right. All right. Well, thank you all for coming. You know, the biggest public policy battle, I would argue, of our lifetime is upon us.
Yep.
It's upon us this week. And we know what the stakes are. There are two diametrically opposed visions of what our nation ought to be on display this week. On one side, the liberals say we need ever bigger government.
No!
Ever higher deficits.
No!
They actually believe
January 3rd, House Republicans have gone to work, keeping our promise to the American people. We voted to cut our budgets. We voted to repeal Obamacare, lock, stock, and barrel.
Yeah!
We voted to cut spending to pre-stimulus, pre-bailout levels, defunding Obamacare, and ending all public funding for Planned Parenthood of America. Yeah! And this week, House Republicans unveiled a plan to cut $6.2 trillion in government spending. House Republicans have run headlong into the liberal establishment here in Washington, D.C. Harry Reid actually took to the floor of the Senate and said that our modest down payment on fiscal discipline...
And ugly, but we came, didn't we? We came for the fight, and I have continued that fight. I started to fight against Obamacare before many people even knew how destructive it was. I knew it from a standpoint of a nurse, I knew it from a standpoint of a mother, and I knew it as a standpoint of an American, knowing that it would take apart our country. And look at the damage that it has done. But we are taking it apart. Our very first vote in the House of Representatives in the 112th Congress was to repeal Obamacare. Now, of course, it's sitting on the desk of Harry Reid even today, but we are still committed and working hard across the board. Next piece of legislation, which I'm not sure many of you know, the 1099 provision. I was one of the original co-sponsors on that bill. Passed the House with bipartisan support. It just passed the Senate, and it is the first step.
Thank you for the birthday greeting. That was very nice. And I want you to know that I like getting older. I'm unusual. I'm 55 years old today.
Mike! The mic! Yeah!
Because one day, if we don't get serious, a lot more than this microphone is going to shut down. And a lot more people are going to be hurt. I am thankful for this real example that we just got. Because can you imagine what life will be like if we get to that point and wake up some morning and we all of a sudden don't have the money to pay for our military, we don't have money to pay for Social Security or Medicare or programs that people are reliant on? The Democrats have us right now, the far-left liberals, the Harry Reids of the world, have us on a course for planned bankruptcy. Aren't they? They're just marvelous money managers, aren't they? Absolutely marvelous. I think that's why you gave them a pink slip in November.
Yeah!
Maybe they need another pink slip in 2012.
Yeah!
Maybe we need to send a change of address form to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah!
Okay, now I can see you're excited. We're serious. You bet you're serious. How many of you came here by a bus today? We have independents among us. We have libertarians. We have conservatives. We have Republicans.
Yep.
We have people who aren't political. Because what are we? We are reasonable, fair-minded people who are saying, get your act together, be practical, be principled, be reform-minded, and do these three things. Don't tax us any more. We're taxed enough already.
That's right!
I want you also to know that I really am the old woman that lives in the shoe.
You look great.
My husband and I will celebrate our 33rd wedding anniversary this year. And we have 5 biological children, and we've been privileged to raise 23 foster children in our home.
Thank you!
So let me tell you, that's a lot of pasta for 28 kids over the years. And one thing we know how to do is stretch a dollar in our house. Any of you know how to do that?
Yep!
In our family, we clip coupons. We go to consignment stores. We do whatever it takes to make the family work and run. And sometimes that means that we've got to cut our spending in the family. Especially because, consider this, the day before President Obama took office, the price of gasoline was $1.83 a gallon. It has more than doubled under his watch. Now let me ask you, if we were issuing a report card right now to President Obama on energy policy, how many of you would vote for an A? How many of you would vote for an F? How many of you think that when President Obama went to Brazil and he told the Brazilians that they need to get aggressive about drilling for oil in Brazil so that we can become Brazil's best customers, he went on to give Brazil a $2 billion loan with your money so that Brazil can drill for more oil. How many of you think the president should have said, drill, baby, drill in America rather than... We have the answer to our solutions right here in the United States. Do you know that this year, that's right, drill, baby, drill. Let me tell you this. This is great news. This year, the Congressional Research Service issued a report that again says the United States is the #1 nation in the world with energy reserves. If you take all of America's source of energy and you convert it to barrels of oil equivalent, we are #1 in the world. That's great news.
Use it!
We have more energy in the United States than China, Canada, and Saudi Arabia combined. That doesn't even include our shale oil deposits.
Yeah!
We have the answer to our solution right here in the United States. That's just one small area. And yet, the Brain Trust over here has decided they know more than you do, like in the area of what light bulb you should put in your house. Now let me ask you,
Repeal it!
do you need their help when you go to the hardware store to buy light bulbs?
No!
Okay, now this is going to be hard, and you really have to be honest. You have to examine yourselves. Are you capable? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.